So, hi, hello there. Today I'm going to talk about the same topic as I talked about the last time. This time is a bit more specific, and there is a widely known crisis that we need to tackle and has been affecting a lot of our world. So let's go into our topic. Yeah, I'm going to talk about animals extinction. About this, we've been dealing a lot of massive things in our world, but this one has been affecting the most for our life somehow. I'm gonna pursue and my introductions, animals in our daily life. I'm gonna ask you, why do you need animals in our life first? In terms of what is the importance of animals? I mean, every human in the world, some of them wouldn't like animals, and some of them would love animals, such as me. Do you have any pets? So yeah, there are some benefits if you can have any pets. Means if you're living alone, you can have a companion for your living, which means you can have cats, dogs, and there are many types more. You can even have exotic animals such as snakes and maybe cockroaches if you want to have pets. Why do people keep pets? Well, I'm gonna say it's because they can even take out stress out of our body for our stress, and we can even talk to them even we don't even know if they understand or not, but somehow we can release our bad energy from taking them as our companions. And at first, I'm gonna show you categories of animals in our lives. So there are six categories, which is mammals, meaning meaning that mammals are hot-blooded animals and live on land. Birds, they're hot-blooded animals too, but they have specific identity, which is they have feathers. Some of them can fly, some of them can't fly, but majority of the birds can go up in the air and fly whenever you want. And fish, as you can know, as you can see, and as you already know, fishes have gills and lives underwater. And they also need oxygen, which is how the sea, the lake, and all the water provides oxygen for them. Invertebrates. The next one, the fourth one, invertebrates. Invertebrates are animals, also animals, which is animals without any backbone, such as worms and some of the more species. And fifth one, amphibians. They are cold-blooded and usually two lives in two different areas, which is either water and land at the same time. And as an example, amphibians can be identified as frogs and many more. And the last one is reptiles. Reptiles usually they are predators. They are also cold-blooded, lives in two different areas, which is water and even land. And reptiles can usually identify as animals with hard skin, as crocodiles and snakes, and there are more specific answers to this. So, yeah. Why is it important to have animals in our world? Such as what I say is now, we can have them companions to human beings for our companion in our life. If we even live alone, it's very good to have animals to live beside us. Like me, I have a cat, which is I really love. and it can keep me from stress because I can break and play with my cat anywhere I want, anytime I want. So yeah, having a pet can really sense of tension. Everyone needs a friend, even animals we don't know, but some animals like to live alone. Some animals like to live in groups, but having animals as friends are a different type of having friends. And why is it important to our world about animals? It is important for our ecosystem to complete the chain, as you have learned in middle school and primary school. It gives us the perfect ratio of having the animals of the population in terms of not going to overpopulate and underpopulate a certain species that will make our world, our existence, a more suitable place for us and even the animals, and also for our food chain. And hence, it was stabilizing our ecosystem. The third one, why is it important is it will be the source of our inspiration all over the world. I mean, all over can involve artists, architects, designers, and even peace organizations. From what I say, animals can bring up humans together and create peace and create bonding between people. And we need to really, really spread awareness about this. Fourth one, and it was one of the most important for every country, which is tourism. Attract tourists with varieties of species. Like any other countries in the world, in Malaysia, we have our certain species, which is Malayan tiger, which is the national emblem of our country. And different other countries they have their emblem, and only that specific country have the specific animals for their country, which means not every country in the world would have um, the every same species for every country. Yeah. And the crisis. Crisis is who's blamed? Yes, humans. Humans needs to be blamed about this because humans we are responsible about taking care of our ecosystem and taking care about animals. Yeah, as any other creatures, they are also as important as important of human beings in our life. And in 2021, from reports from articles what I've read, up to 1 million species already face to extinction from the past 10 million years back then. There were so many species. Right now, 1 million of the species of animals and even plants have been facing extinction. The rate of species right now, the rate of species extinction is currently up to tens of hundreds of times higher than the average across the past 10 million years. This is one serious thing that we need to really tackle because it has been very bad for us. We need to live with animals, right? And yeah, humans can't live without animals. Try imagine a world without animals. How can we even try to find food? How can we even try to fulfill our needs, such as clothes and even inspiration, just like what I said? And also, animals. Without animals, we can really have meat. For some of us, they are vegetarians and vegans, where there are majority people of the world that eat these meats for their protein. As an example, as a national crisis in our country, Malayan tiger has been facing the most critical crisis for this extinction. And Malayan tiger has been critically endangered since the population was up to 10,000, and now the population has decreased to less than 200. There are only three places in Malaysia that kept Malayan tigers, which what I know is somewhere in the north, the national park in the middle, and there's a forest, national forest in our southern part of Peninsula, Malaysia. Yeah. Why did this happen? Why did this crisis happen? Number one, the destruction of habitats by means human colonization and people building buildings without thinking anything. With this unplanned and without any relevant thinking of colonization, they will actually destroy of animal habitats, which means logging, forest cleaning, and there are tons of more of why they did this. It's for their own human in our world. The second one is pollution, which means littering, the usage of plastic. Some humans we need to really educate them in why we can't litter everywhere, and the usage of plastic, meaning that some animals can't really think if that thing is a food or if that thing is very harmful for them, so they would just eat them and then literally just die when they got choked or something. And also factories, we need to really sue them. Factories has been going out very poorly recently because of their pollution on water pollution, on going out for the chemical gases and also water pollution, just like the chemicals in the liquids and such any forms. One is hunting, and this is very, very, very bad. Hunting and illegal trafficking. Some individuals, in Malaysia are really hunting for their own greed, for their own wealth, to find such rare items and sell it in the black market or any other market in this country and even our world. Fourth one is climate change. So, as I said, most of why did this crisis happen? It's because of humans, right? So about humans, why did this happen? Climate change. Humans can create greenhouse gases, global warming, and light pollution too, and gives the animals an unnatural way to live in their habitat. The fifth one is introduction of invasive species, which means they are scientifically, artificially created species that the scientists have tested and all for maybe for new species without even thinking that if they release it in the wild, some other animals in the wild would literally go away, means that this new species will replace native species. What are the consequences? First one, balance ecosystem, which means just like what I said, the underpopulated, overpopulated of certain species, and activity of medical studies, which will loss of medical advancement, loss of source of food and clothing, and lots of more. Human needs animals as resources, loss of heritage. How can further generations get to know about extinct species? Lack of inspiration. In fact, a lot to artists and architects, and for anyone in the world would like to find inspiration in the wild. And a really, really huge blow to tourism. So I said, for the Malayan tiger, what if we lost our own emblem? People won't be interested in our country anymore. And what can we can help for this? In terms of buying products, we can buy eco-friendly products, which means we can reject plastic usage and we can substitute it to paper bags. And the second one, the 3R rule, reduce, reuse, recycle. This is really important. We need to really educate our future generation earlier in school, and it will help a lot if they are growing up. Third one, boycott. Prevent from buying things made from endangered species. Or, but if you really, really want to think about boycotting, you can also boycott lots of things that made from animals, but most importantly, boycott from buying things made from endangered species, just like tiger's skin, tiger's fur, and for any decoration in your house, just stop it, and it will help us a lot. The third one, we need to spread awareness. Get involved in spreading awareness, which means we can also um, can create a funding charity, a funding organization, just like WFF, what Malaysia does, find money to create awareness between people that our species has been endangered and extinct. It's very, very bad for us. And lastly, year by year, the rate of animal extinction will rise if we as a whole society didn't take any precautions. Animals are as important as human beings. We should be more aware of preventing the crisis to get more worse. And what I want to say is, animals are important as humans, so we need to take them good care. So that is about it. Thank you.